gentlemen, it's a Q&A day. We've got some great questions here. Pretty excited about this one. Based off of one of the videos that we put together on prepping the surface for an epoxy treated or resilient treated floor. What I'd like you to do is check out the link below if you have any questions about that, and then let me know what your thoughts are. But this is from a show called Fisticuff, or a channel called Fisticuff. Awesome name, by the way. And it's germane to that video that we did. Ding! Given the option, what do you think about sandblasting combined with an acid etch to streamline things? Mechanical abrasion first, chemical clean up the stragglers. Could this be a practical option or just awkward and expensive overkill? P.S. Go concrete, beat asphalt. To that I say, duh, that was awesome. Great question. Thank you for that question. And that's something that we had talked about after we had done our last concrete floor that we had published. We'll throw the links below. Thank you, Patchouli. It's a great technique. I do think it's a practical technique when it is warranted. You know, for our floor, and the reason why I bring this up, and we'll post some pictures. Ding! So, the reason why I think for our floor that would have been a practical treatment is because the contractor used a sealer. And the great thing about sealers is they will lock in moisture, they will protect the concrete. It was a cure and seal. But the side effect is that it's hard to get them off, especially if you're trying to put surface treatments or coatings on top of the concrete. So if I had to redo everything, the best and most practical idea would have been to bring in a grinder or something to mechanically abrade the surface. I believe that's ASTM-D. It's either 4258 or 4259. And yeah, just totally taking that top surface off to include that sealer. We did not get a mechanical abrader. We only had the chemical that we had here in the lab. So instead of doing a one-time surface treatment, we had to do a 5-time surface treatment, and we left that chemical on the surface, that acid on the surface, for not 20 minutes, but an hour and a half. And then when we came back to clean it, we actually scrubbed the surface off and cleaned and scrubbed it, I think 3 or 4 times. So we ended up using mechanical abrasion, but it was elbow grease. So that being said, your idea would have been perfect and actually less expensive and less time consuming than the method that we chose to do. That being said, if there's no reason to do it, that's when it's no longer practical. That's when it's either you trying to perfect your craft, either you trying to teach somebody how to do it. I mean that, or it could be just a waste of time that you just have to use one acid etch treatment and you're good to go. So it depends on the situation, depends on you as a person and what you're trying to get out of it. So yeah, thanks for the question. That really was an awesome question. Hey, we're having a competition. So we're giving these handheld penetrometers away. Steven asked what these are for, and they're absolutely awesome. What you can do is, in combining it with laboratory tests on a given mix in a perfect environment, you can determine when your concrete gets initial and final set. And really all you're doing is pushing this needle into the concrete at a very controlled rate, identifying where that needle pushes. It actually has a telltale on it, so that when you release that pressure, it tells you what strength or what load you had to apply, or in this case, yeah, it's pounds per square inch. So when it comes to initial set, it's 500 psi, and final set is anything over normally 500 psi, 1,000, 2,000 psi. This one goes up to 700 psi, but that tells you when, or allows you to know when you can get either your power trowels, your blades, your pans on there, your bowl floats, or do your boom finish, or any other type of surface treatment that you're going to do to your concrete. And yeah, it's not 100% accurate. It really depends on you as the person and how you do it in the ambient temperature and the mixes that you do in the lab. But it gives you a general understanding of what your concrete is doing, and also can be a factor of safety check. Now, I believe that ASTM C1074, which is the concrete maturity specification, which allows you to bypass the use of concrete cylinders in the field to predict concrete strength. One of the secondary tests that they tell you to use, I believe, is the handheld penetrometer. So we're gonna enter you into a contest. All you need to do is like, subscribe, and what was the last thing, Patchouli? I'm not looking.
Below.
And comment below. What do you want them to say? Say go concrete, beat asphalt. And you'll be entered into a competition. We'll let you know by the end of the month who gets one of these handheld penetrometers. Patchouli, how many people are we choosing?
3.
3! Go concrete, beat asphalt.